Hello there, beautiful goddesses of your reality. Welcome back. This is Manifest with Jenny T, your mindset and spiritual coach. So, as you can see, I'm in the same position. I'm trying to get my mic just right and not trying to muffle it too much. But I don't want to place it on there, guys, because I'm going to leave an indentation. And as you can see, as I have been, I'm all dressed up to go out for the evening. The video is not about my mic, however, it is a subject of, what was the word you said, Mom? Expectation. So this video is all about expectation. Now, expectation, and in the context of bringing your desires into light, or not necessarily bringing your desires into light or into your existence. Well, that's always the end goal. But really, it's navigating your feelings as you are en route on your manifesting journey, because this is what it's all about for me. Because we're never really the finished article, are we, guys? Which I've said so many times. We're always a work in progress, because that is life. You know, we're never going to be the finished article, or not until at least we pass on from this life. So we're never going to be perfect in that sense. We're always evolving and growing, which I always say to you anyway. But I wanted to just bring context into what this expectation is for me at this moment, and why it's relevant to today and the video today. Now, I do want to do tomorrow's video. I do want to do the trigger video that I've been talking about. But I think because this has just been something that's come to light and been apparent to me today, you know, it's right now. It's happening in the now. So, of course, for me, the best time to talk about these things is the here and now, because you're feeling it. You're actually, you know, in those moments. And so, for me to be in Forteventura and to deal with the circumstances in Jen's life at the moment, personal to me. At home, things have been quite testing, and I'm not going to go into detail about that, but there's a lot of circumstances, a lot of emotional situations that are going on within my life, and I will make this apparent to you down the line at some point, but not at the moment while I'm manifesting. I'm in mid manifestation, because that will just add pressure. So where I'm at in my life, I understand that it's going to happen. I'm fully confident with my manifestations coming into fruition, but I'm still in the mid part of it. I'm still, you know, dealing with unwanted circumstances within my 3D. So coming to Forteventura, for me, I looked at this holiday, this particular holiday that I'm on now, and I'm talking to you from. It was really to regulate my nervous system, and to discover certain things about Jen, to really sit in a new me, and not have the distractions around me, not necessarily wanting to meet new people at this point, not wanting to have too many adventures because when life's so flowy, being in that frame of mind is easy because you've gone through the tempestuous stages, or you've gone through particularly difficult times, and then you can sort of sit back and say, right, now's the time to have lots of fun, or there's a new, you're getting married, or or you're going to start a family, or whatever the circumstances where you can breathe a little, right? I'm not there at the moment. For me, I'm very midway through, and it's quite sort of like this, but I'm getting so much more secure in myself as a woman, as a person, because of doing all the things that I always talk to you about. But it is the process, and it's just having faith and walking through those moments. So coming to Forteventura for me was very much an opportunity to sit in that space of self discovery, and to know exactly what this new version of me desires, and how she expresses herself from this particular point. Now, of course, this is where the expectation comes in, and I want you to relate this to your own life. So you're very steadfast in the new version that you want to be, meaning that you're no longer going to tolerate certain things. You're putting your boundaries in place. You're seeing your potential in a very new way, but you're still just embodying, you fully embodying that new person, and that takes practice, right? So this is where I am in essence. But I knew, and making this decision to come to Forteventura, to have those moments, to sit in that new space of the new version of Jen, I had expectations. And the expectations were that I know exactly how it makes me feel to be in the sun, to ground, to put my feet on the earth, to be in nature, to be in, to see the palm trees, to have this very romantic way of looking at Spain, or not just Spain. It's something that's home from home for me, but the exotic, beautiful feeling of just having that warmth penetrate your body while you're saying and affirming for that you want, she that you want to be. And so the expectation for me coming over was that grounding, hot heat, being able to expose my body, being able to be extremely feminine. I've talked to you about salsa dancing, wanting to be, and this isn't to salsa dance with a male or anything like that. It's to be in flow with me wanting to express my passion, and to dance and to be feminine. These are all feminine expressive things to do, and so my expectation of coming on this holiday was exactly what I remember, and I've always had every time I've been away. And so I kind of had this trajectory of the thoughts and the feelings that I would have coming here, and it hasn't worked out that way, and I tried to, this morning when I woke up, it was shocking. The rain, wind, the wind is crazy, right? And so I started the day, and of course, initially, because of the person that I am, and there's been a bit of a build-up, but the person that I am, I I fight my feelings to be positive. I sort of try to. I expect that I can say to myself that it's okay, just flow with it. It's there's it is what it is type thing. But I think, and what I've realised, and this is why I'm doing this video, is my expectation was totally different, and I haven't known how to bridge the gap. Now, these aren't like sort of big world moments where this holiday, because the weather's not there, that it's destroying me, but it has highlighted to me how we put expectations on so many things, and it's a natural thing to do, guys. Don't get me wrong. It's not that it's anything wrong. We have a brain, and this is what it does. This is what it creates, and it's all part of the journey. It's all part of learning, and it's gonna be there, because these things we can't control. And as much as we talk about manifesting this, and you are the creator of your universe, and which we are, we get confused with what that actually means. And what it means is that we can't just make the weather put our demands and say, no, this isn't right. I come to Fuerteventura. I didn't put my manifesting capabilities and my desires on having this crappy weather. I've got this expectation here, and everything's made harder. So when I can usually come to these epiphanies and breakthroughs, and I have, and I'm halfway through the holiday, and I have done that, but usually it's so much easier. Like, I've rubbed my I've got some trainers that have rubbed my little toes and stopped me from walking, and I love walking for striding out for hours, and it's rubbed my toes, and I haven't felt comfortable. It's been restrictive. The rain, the wind, my hair, I just felt like I've had this overabundance of time, where usually I'd be able to flow by getting my bikini on and just sitting by the pool and putting my podcast on, getting in my zone by feeling that beautiful heat and that regular expectation feelings that I'm used to. And I haven't had that. And 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 also, I think, because I've had bad news today, something that's been personal to me that I'll still have to process. It's brought everything to a head today for me, and what I'd usually be able to do while I'm away, I just haven't been able to do. So it's threw me for a loop. And I think if you're very a deep thinker, and you try to work out why you feel low, why you're having these moments when there's nothing really outside of yourself to make you feel that bad. In saying that your big manifestations, they're still coming in. So why you try to work out why you feel low within those moments, and a lot of the time it's because of this natural expectation that we put on certain things, and it's because we always want to have certainty. As human beings, we thrive on certainty, and it gives us that feeling of structure. We know what's coming, and when we don't know what's coming, it throws us for a loop, especially if you're, like I say, a deep thinker like myself, and a master manifester like myself. It throws us into a bit of chaotic thinking for a moment. And so what do I do? Because I always want to give you solutions within these moments. And how am I processing this with real time within this moment? And because I've highlighted and I've said to myself, it's an expectation. Well, for one, I allow the feeling to be there. I feel rubbish. I feel like my hair's a mess. I can't get in my zone. I'm cold, right? I've been cold. The rain and the wind. I mean, I may as well be back in England. That's how I feel, guys. And I'm feeling it. I'm not pushing it away, because this is where we get into the problems, because we shouldn't be feeling like this. This is what we say to ourselves, your evolved soul, you should be past this type of thinking, this basic level thinking. But when it comes to feelings and thoughts, it doesn't actually work like that. They're going to be there regardless, because the expectation was there and it's living in your subconscious regardless. So you're going to have those feelings. And again, it comes back to, how do you deal with those feelings when you have them? And now, this is the second part. I've gone way past 10 minutes, but this video is going to be the time that it is, because I'm not going to pressure myself. I'm not going to force my feelings or pressure myself to be anything in this moment. I'm just gonna flow with it. But this is the problem of trying to tackle these thoughts and feelings and what it does. So we have almost like we guilt trip ourselves to say we should be past this. We shouldn't be thinking these thoughts and feelings. So in those moments, we kind of think of solutions, not consciously, but we, on a subconscious level, we think of solutions that are going to get us past those moments, take away that crappy feeling within the moment, because that doesn't feel good. It feels cold, and I feel grouchy, and I feel like frustrated, and it's not working out the way it should do. And what this does, in essence, it stops you from um, completing that what you desire to achieve within the holiday, me specifically, within this holiday, meaning that I'm trying to solidify a new version of Jen. I'm trying to discover a new version of myself, which is that I'm not in a flowy state to meet a lot of new people at the moment. I'm not in that, going out and having a lot of alcohol and going to a nightclub or discotheque in Spain, right? I'm not in those moments, because that's not where I need to be right now. I need to be focused on who this new version of myself is. I need to get laser focused on what I want to achieve going forward. And so this is where the problem lies, because you start falling back on old habits to make yourself feel good in the moment. In essence, you give yourself away in those moments. And so the solution is to make yourself aware to not do that, right? Yes, it might make you feel better in the moment to go on a drinking rampage, or to go out there and sit with a new group of people and put yourself out in that way, or to chase a guy. Like I could get on my phone now and to sort of reach out to a man and want that validation to make me feel better within the moment. But that's what it's doing, guys. And so this is where sitting with the feeling and understanding that you don't have to do that. And if you did that, you are the old version of yourself. So make a new choice today, that yes, it feels khaki. Yes, you feel cold. Yes, you feel like it's the expectation was that it was going to feel different, and it's not. And it's not fulfilling what you wanted. You're frustrated. Feel it. Sit with it. And then still choose yourself. Still choose to honour why you're here. I'm only speaking because of this, me being in Fortaventura. But I always say to you to make it applicable to your circumstances. Stick with the feeling. The thoughts and the feelings will change, and that's just a time thing, and that's okay. You haven't got to change everything today. If you stick with being this new version of yourself, when this thought and feeling has changed, maybe for me the weather continues and I feel this icky feeling for a bit more of a duration, but it will pass. Everything passes, and then you will feel empowered because you didn't become the old version of yourself. So I think I've finished nearly 21 minutes. Um, but you know I love you. I hope this made sense. If it didn't, if you've got any questions, reach out to me. I'm on hand. But I'm sending you lots of love. Just send me some energy. When I put this out, I'm going to be nice and warm. Not necessarily warm in the UK, but definitely warm within my home and wrapped up. But this is really important, guys, to try to take off the expectation where you can, and at least to take the expectation away just enough that you don't fall back on being that old version of yourself. It's all a new you, and it's all within you. And you've got this, girl. You've got this. And I will see you in the next one.